right? So like I told you that list can store many items inside it. There's no final size in the list. Like in the arrays we have to declare the size of the array, but in the list you do not have to do something like that. There is no final size in the list. Okay, it can store infinite number of elements inside it, the list can store. Okay, so like how now in Selenium, how we can use, how do you use list is that in Selenium we don't use list of type string. What we use is that we use a list of type web element. Okay, that is iWebElement. iWebElement is an interface which is used, which extracts the elements. Okay, so in Selenium what we use a list of type iWebElement. Now one web element, as we know that it can be extracted by a driver dot find element. Like if you want to find one element, then there is a command, then the function that you use is driver dot find element. But with find elements, just a minute. Okay, but with find elements we can find multiple number of elements on the page. Okay, so with find elements we are able to extract a list of web elements, like, right? But now with which criteria? Say suppose I want to find all the links on a page, like, right? So for that I have told you also that to extract all the links on the page we use a /a in the XPath as a XPath, right? So all the links can be extracted by this very XPath /a, which represents all the links on any web page, right? So what we do is that, say suppose I want to extract all the links on a page, then say I declare a list of web elements. Say link is equal to, okay, I'll just uncomment this code. Right, then I say driver dot find elements by dot XPath, and the XPath that we have is /a, which will extract all the links on a web page, right? And okay, so it has to be an I list in order to extract all the elements. The list is also an interface that we will be in order to extract multiple elements, so we will be using I list. We have to use I list, okay, since it is an interface. Okay, and then we can simply print the total number of links on the page. Right, say suppose I write okay. So by this very XPath it will extract all the links on the web page. Right, now say suppose I am going to this particular website, and now if I run my code, so let us just see. Okay, and now so here it says that total number of links are 467 in this very particular website, right? Okay, so even the links on a web page is a web element. Everything, like I told you previously also, that everything that you see on a web page is an object, and every object can be considered a web element in Selenium. Okay, now say suppose I want to find the element at a particular, say suppose I want to find, like I write is equal to link dot just a minute. So suppose I want to find the link at the first position, that is at the 0th position, and I can just I'll just console the text for that link. Then you can simply write link1 dot text, right? And now when I run my code, okay, so probably it is not printing the first the name of the first link. There can be any situation, there can be any reason that probably the link is an image or something like that. There can be no name for the first link. Okay, so for now it is not printing the name of the first link. Say suppose I extract the 6th element. Okay, so it prints the name of the 6th element, right? So this is how you can just work with multiple elements in Selenium with a list. That is, we will be storing the list, all the links in a list of web element by the command driver dot find elements when you're finding multiple elements on a page. Right now, say suppose I am extracting the 5th link, the 6th link, and I want to click on this link, right? Say I want to click on this link, then you can simply write over here, that is link1 dot click. Okay, if you want to click on that link, then you can click on this link. Okay, now what function you want to fire on this very particular link that you have extracted? Any function that you want, you can simply do it with the with this particular element. Right now, say suppose I want to find the location of this link that we have extracted, that is at the 6th index. We want to find the location, that is the x and the y coordinates of this link, which is at the 6th position, right? Then how can you do that is that we simply have link dot location dot x. So I want to okay, right, say I want to print the x and the y coordinates of this of this link, right? So I write link dot location dot y coordinate also. Okay, so now when I run my code, right? So you see that it clicks on this basket link, and just a minute, it is clicking on the link, and probably okay, so it is saying that the element is not found in the cache. Perhaps the page has changed since it was looked up. Okay, so it's not able to find the location of this element, since in order to get the location we have to, okay, so we have to reference the system.drawing namespace in order to extract the location. Just a minute, I'll just add the reference for the drawing namespace. It has been added.
No, you have to click later first to get the coordinate and then click on the link. Because once you click the link, then link will not be available, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now if we look right, so it prints the x and the y coordinates of that very particular link, right? Okay, so like I told you that inside the memory, as we know that every section has got a web element. Say suppose these are the three sections in a memory, and every section has got the web element, which is the iWeb element in each and every section, on which you can fire various functions on each and every link, on each and every element. Okay, say suppose if you want to find the particular location that where the element is, want to extract the particular element, then you have a function dot element at, then you find the, in order to find extract the text, in order to get the text out of that element, then you have the function text function, then you, to get the x and the y coordinates, these are the functions, right? So everything, so every section has got a web element inside a memory in a list of web elements. Okay, so now okay, so I'll just add one new class into this project. Say I add multiple experts class. Okay, and I'll just add a main function inside this. Okay, and I'll just add these implicit weight and these all common lines. I do control plus dot, and I'll just reference the namespace for it, that where does it come from, right? So I have added, and now if suppose we go to the website bbc.com. right, and from this website, on this website also, say suppose I want to extract all the elements, right? So I'll just add this. I'll just comment out this main function. Right, so we have this class, and say suppose I run this code. Right, so it opens the bbc.com website, and if you look into the console output, there are 302 links on this particular website. Right, now say suppose I want to do the same thing over here as well. Say I want to I'll just extract the first link. Okay, and want to click and just extract the location of that very particular link as well. So now when I run my code, okay, so for now what I am doing is that I am actually extracting the link at the first position, that is at the 0th index. Then I'm getting the text for that link, then I'm getting the x and the y coordinates, and then clicking on the link, right? So let us just see that what is happening. Okay, so it opens the bbc.com website, and if you look into the console output, so it prints the total number of links. Probably it did not print the text for that link, and is not clicking on that link as well. It never clicked anywhere, right? It is there on the same page, right? So now what happens is that, why it is happening is that, I'll just tell you right now. Okay, so for now, let me write the program which will print names of all the links on this particular web page, right? So for that, what I do is, say I write a for loop which will print all the names on that, all the names of the links, right? So we have I less than the total number of links, that is link dot count and then I plus plus. And I'll just print the names of all the links, right? So I write e dot text. Just a minute. Yeah, so now when I run the program, and let us just see. It's element not found.
You are clicking the link first, right?
Sorry?
I think that link, one dot click should come later, right?
No, that is, I'm just printing the names of all the links over here. Um, Over here we are extracting the total number of links, and then I'm writing a for loop from 0 to the total number of links, and then we'll at each and every position, and then I'm just printing the text for those links. So I'll just comment out this code.
I think, yeah, you have to find.
Yeah. So now you see that it prints the name of all the links on the web page. That is, like, I think we had 302 links, so it will print the names of all the 302 links in the output. Okay, so it prints the names of all the links. Now when you go to the BBC, it gets all the links and prints the names of all these links over here in the console output, right? So now over here, if you look carefully that in this section, in the output, certain link names would be blank. Right over here you can see that certain names are blank. It is not printing the names of some of the links in the output, right? Now what can be the reason for this? Now there can be, they are counted, no doubt they are counted in the output, like as we have seen that there are total 302 links. They are counted, but they are, some of them are blank, and but they are counted, still some of them are blank. It does not print the names of all those links, right? So there can be three reasons now in this very particular situation. Now first of all, there can be a reason that the link can be an image, right? It can be an image, so that's why it is not printing the names of the links. Okay, just a minute. Like over here you can see that it can be this situation also, that this is an image and it is not printing the name of this very particular link. Okay, right? So like, and secondly, it can be the reason that the developers deliberately have not given the text to that link. Okay, there is no text for that link, and that's why it is not printing the text for that very particular link, right? And thirdly, it can be a condition, it can be the reason that the elements can be hidden. It might be hidden. Now as I told you that the Selenium, the elements, the Selenium cannot interact with the hidden components. Okay, so that can also be the reason that it is not printing the text for those links. The text for those links are not printed in the output, in the console output. Okay, so what we can do is that we can modify our code. That is what, over here, when we are printing the text, we can simply modify our code over here. That is, say, you can, just a minute. e.displayed. So now this displayed property will tell you that whether the link is visible to the human eye or not, right? So now like just I told you that some of the elements might be hidden and Selenium cannot interact with the hidden components, right? So in that case we have to first of all find out that whether the elements are displayed, whether the elements are visible also or not. Okay, so for each and every element we will print the displayed property as well. So now when I run my code, we will just see that how many elements are visible and how many of them are not. Okay, so it goes to the website, and now it is printing the names of all the links. Okay, so it prints the name of the links, right? And now over here in the console output you see that in some of the links you can see the value as false. That means those elements, the links whose text is not displayed, those elements are actually not displayed, are not visible only to us. That is why we are not getting the text out of those elements. Okay, so here you can see that for some of the elements we have the value as true, that is which prints the names, which has the names, has got the value as true, and the links which are not displayed to us, which we cannot see, whose names are not written, their value is actually false. That is why we are not able to get the text for those links. Okay, so and in the, as over here you can see that we have one link more as well, whose value is equal to true. That is, more is visible, but the links under the more link are not visible. Like, so these all are not visible to us. Okay, right? So in order to work with all these elements, first we have to actually find out that whether they are visible also or not, and then only we can find. We cannot just work with those links directly. Okay, so the basic one is a driver dot find elements, which will help you extract multiple components on the web page. Okay, in order to get all the links, in order to get multiple elements, you have the command driver dot find elements. Okay, and now one more thing is that, like I have told you, that multiple elements have one XPath? Yes, multiple elements can have one XPath, right? Now say for example, just a minute, I go to the website in .rediff.com. Okay, over here I go to the shopping section. Right, so now over here you can see that every buy now button, if I inspect the buy now button, if you see this buy now button, you can see that every buy now button is nothing but a span tag whose class is equal to product buy now, right? If you look into the second button as well, it is also a span with the class product buy now. Okay, so every buy now button has got this XPath, and we have made the XPath for this as well. Okay, it would be inside this class, right? So we can just make the XPath for that particular link also, the buy now button, right? And similarly, if we look into the price tag as well, the price tag is also nothing but a span with the class deal price. Okay, so every price and the buy now button has got the similar property. You can find one common property among all these similar buttons, similar links. Okay, that is, in this case we have a span tag whose class is equal to, the value for the class is deal price, right? So now what I can do is that I'll just add a new class, say I add a rediff.cs class. Okay, so now over here I'll just add the main function, and I'll just take the common lines over here. Okay, so now say suppose I'm going to the in.rediff.com website. Okay, so now what I do is that I'll just find the elements, all the buy now buttons on this very particular website, right? So I'll just extract all the elements that is in a list of web elements. Okay, say I'm extracting the buy now buttons. That is, the XPath can be, we have every button as a span tag whose class is equal to product buy now. Right, and similarly we can extract the price tags as well. For this, price tags class is deal price. Okay, and I'll just count. Say suppose I count these elements, that is I over here you can say that total buttons. Okay, so I'll just run this code now. I'll just comment this main function. Oh, we haven't actually. I think the URL is wrong. We have to go to the shopping section, right? And from here we are extracting the element. So I'll just take this this URL. Sorry, I'll just run it once again. Right, so it prints total number of buy now buttons are 120 and price tags are also 120 on this very particular page. Right, so this is how you can just extract multiple elements on the web page. Right, so did you understand the concept? Any doubts, anything you want to ask?
No, I am able to understand.
Okay. Right, so now say for example, now I'll take some another example. Say I'm going to flipkart.com website. Okay, now over here so now in the book section I go to the new releases. Okay, so now over here you can see that various books are being listed on this page. Now every product, every book that you see has got, every product has a price associated with it. Okay, every book has got a price. Now what you do now, so suppose I want to write a script which will print the names of all these products, that is the names of all these books on this page, and cover the prices as well. Okay, so if we say suppose I just look into the names of all these books. This is the name, right? So over here you can see that it is an anchor tag. The name is associated with the anchor tag, right, whose class is equal to this very particular value. Okay, so what I will do is that say I'll just add a new class in my project. That is, I have a class Flipkart class, and I'll just add the main function. Okay, and I'll just add the basic lines over here. Okay, and now I'm going to the this URL. Okay, so now what we are actually doing is that I am extracting the books on the books page. Okay, so I will just extract all the books on the web page. That is, I'll create a list of web element. That is, we have an anchor tag whose class is equal to this particular class. Uh-oh. Okay, so this, it will find all the books on the web page with this very particular XPath, right? And say suppose I'll just count how many books are there on the page. Okay, and now I say want to print the names of all the books as well, right? So I'll just write a for loop. That is, I'll iterate from 0 to the total number of books on the page, I plus plus, and I'll just print the names of all the books. That is books dot text. Okay, and I'll just write console dot read key in order to read the output. Now I'll just run the code. I'll just comment out this. Okay, so it prints total number of books are 20, and it prints the names of all the books as well. Okay, so this is how you print the names of multiple elements. You can print the names of multiple elements on the page also, right? Now say suppose I just want to print the prices as well, the price for each and every book as well. Okay, so what we will do is that if we inspect the price tag, this has also got a common property, that is, it is a span tag whose class is equal to this very particular value, right? If we can find the common property between all the price tags. Every price tag has got a class with this very particular value under the span tag. Okay, so we can extract the price as well for each and every element, right? Say suppose I can extract all the price tags based on the class, that is I'll just take this is the class for all the price tags, and I'll just print total number of price. Okay, so it prints total number of books are 20, prints the name of all the books, and then it says that the total number of price tags are 18. Okay, so fine. So this is how you can extract the elements, the objects in a bulk with the command driver dot find elements, which is used to extract multiple elements on the web page. Okay, but over here what we are actually doing is that we are finding a common property among all the elements, that is over here in this case. And for the prices tag we can see that it is a span whose class is equal to this. For every price tags it has got this very particular XPath only, right? And similarly for each and every book also it is an anchor tag whose class is equal to this very particular value. Okay, so now right now what you are doing is that you are finding some, we can find some common property among all these elements, but every time we will not get a common property. Okay, there can be the situation like this also, that we cannot get the common property among multiple elements on the web page. Say for example I go to the website quicker.com website. Okay, now say suppose you want to extract the elements from this particular area only. You want to just extract these links only at this very particular area. Okay, so now you don't want to extract all the elements on the web page. Okay, you just want to extract only these elements at this area, that is the names of all these cities out here. Okay, and suppose I will write a script which will extract all these links from this very particular area only, and you want to click on them one by one and then check that if the next page is loading or not, and then work on them. Okay, so it can be a little different to understand, difficult to understand. Okay, so but we'll discuss that also. Okay, so the next topic is that, right, so over here we are extracting, we till now we have seen that we were getting these common property among multiple elements, and then it was easy for us to extract all those elements by just getting the common property for all the elements. Okay, then I have told you the Flipkart example as well. Okay, okay, so right, so now we will discuss that why when you don't have the common XPath, when you cannot find the common XPath among multiple elements, then how can you extract the elements. Okay, so we'll discuss this tomorrow as this will take some time. Fine.